again, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. This is Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and that is WWE Hall of Famer and my buddy, Mr. Teddy Long. Hey, Teddy, how you doing?
What's going on, man? Hey, we are ready for another great show, and like you said, want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Hope you're having great holidays and getting ready for the Christmas, man. So, thank God we're still alive and we're able to, to enjoy ourselves on Thanksgiving and be with our grandkids and, just show just how grateful we are to be here.
Teddy, you brought up grandkids. One of my grandkids, I have never done this. Now, look, I'm one of those guys, just go out and get a turkey that's already cooked and everything, It's just, there's no sense in going through all the trouble. Not since my grandparents passed away, I haven't really had a Thanksgiving meal. And so one of my grandkids said, I want to go out and get a turkey, and I want to bring it home. I want to do it. You know how it is in the middle of Georgia, Teddy. There's a lot of hunters out here and stuff. But he tells me that there's a farm that we can go to and get a turkey and take it home. So I agree. I go out and I go to this daggum farm. Teddy, let me tell you something. I get there and there's this maybe half the size of a basketball court area that's caged in with turkeys everywhere. Now, I wasn't aware that I had to chase the damn turkey to get the turkey to take home. I had to chase the turkey.
So you think the turkey just going to stand there and let you take him and he's going to be slaughtered?
I didn't know that I was going to have to chase a turkey. I don't know what I was expecting. So I now am in this farmyard, basically chasing a turkey who I didn't think turkeys could fly, but they can fly a little bit. They'll come up off that ground. Man, I was chasing that thing all over the place. And the bad part is, when you finally get the turkey, now keep in mind, my grandkids off to the side watching me do all this stuff. When you catch the turkey, which is not easy, you have two choices with that turkey before you leave. You can either take it home in a cage, or you can take it home without a cage. They snap the neck. I'm given that option. I'm just looking, going, I don't know what I'm doing. My grandson's looking at me. He doesn't know what I'm going to do, and I'm thinking, I don't know, but this bird needs to go. We get home today, Teddy, and this is preparation day for the turkey. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, plucking feather after feather off this damn bird. You have any idea how long it takes to remove feathers off a turkey?
No, because I would never do that.
Well, it's hard as hell, especially when they're still alive and running around, but it's hard.
I'm just going to get a turkey that's already ready to go.
Yeah, well, this one's ready to go because he kept running around until I finally stopped him. Teddy, let's talk about...
No. I want to ask you this right here. Yes, I've been waiting on this. Earlier, you were talking, and you said a word, and I just want to know, how do I find that word? You said, Teddy, all of a sudden, I seen that dadgum turkey. Now, tell me, what is dadgum?
That's my way of saying that this bird. I was trying to clean it up. Let's put it that way. I can't remember. I think that came from, honestly, Teddy, I think that came from the Looney Tunes. I think I heard maybe Elmer Fudd or one of them, Dadgummit. No, what's the other guy? There was one, Dadgummit. There was one guy.
I don't know, but I just want to know Dadgummit.
I've got a lot of sayings like that I used to say all the time. When I first got in radio, Teddy, I talked like this. Welcome to Savannah, Georgia, because I didn't know how to speak. I was raised in the South, and
well, I'm glad you got the radio, so they can help you out.
Yeah. Let me ask you. There were a few questions last week, Teddy, I do want to talk about, and before we get into, because we are going to look at Survivor Series for this weekend. Teddy and I are going to review it and kind of give our ideas of what we think might happen. But before we get there were a few questions from last week that we didn't get a chance to get to. So I'm going to just pepper you with a few questions here real fast and wrap that up. We had somebody who asked the question of whether or not you had a favorite referee, someone that you kind of patterned after that you would watch and, learn.
Nick Patrick.
Nick? That was easy enough. And Nick is still hanging around doing a great job in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And his group, Deep South Wrestling. If you haven't seen those, they have had some great shows of late, and these are shows you need to go check out.
And also, I just happened, I worked a lot more, with Nick when I was, first breaking in. But also another great guy that I had a chance to work with too was Earl Hebner.
Yes. We got to get back in touch with Earl. I haven't talked to him about a year and a half maybe since I've seen Earl, and Earl's always fun to hang out with. Oh, Teddy, there is somebody that I want you to get in touch with that I would love to have on the show, but I'll tell you later. I'll tell you a little bit later. Here's another one of the questions. Who would you turn to when you needed advice in the back in the early days? Who could you turn to that you trusted to give you good advice?
JBL and Undertaker.
Is there a reason why that became? Was it just because observations, or you just knew they knew what they were talking about?
Well, I got advice from other people letting me know if I have problems, here's who you need to talk to. And then not only that, I didn't have to do that anyway, because I've been in the business long enough to know, who's the locker room captain, who's in charge of I already knew. So, but JBL wouldn't lie to me. He would just be straight up, and that's all I wanted. Just tell me the truth, and you can't hurt my feelings. And
that had to be hard too, Teddy. I would imagine that I know what it's like in the back, and there's a lot of people when we say trust, I mean really trust. And you don't see many of those back there. You may have acquaintances back in the back, but as far as somebody you can trust with, something in a private or hand your wallet to, there's not many, is there?
No. Well, now, there may be. There's, a lot of changes now.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you couldn't do that. You didn't trust anybody. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have to be careful now, too, because there is some old school guys that are still lingering around and still, want to do the business like it was done back in the day. They refuse to change. So, you have to kind of look out for that, too.
All right. The last question that we didn't get to on the last show was, when did you feel kayfabe died? And actually they asked, when did you stop kayfabe and stop protecting the business?
Well, I never did stop protecting the business. I never did, jump in a car with somebody that I wasn't supposed to be in. And if I did, I was always taught to get out of that car maybe a block before they got to the arena somewhere and walk the rest of the way up to the arena. I would never ride with somebody unless I knew it was safe. Once we got away from the arena, then I would maybe jump in the car with somebody. But I always, kept kayfabe, took that real serious because that's the way I was taught, that it was serious.
Yeah, because back in the early days, the heels rode with the heels, faces rode with faces. There was no heels and faces in one car. There was no such thing. So when did you feel it was comfortable enough that you could actually hop in another car without, Well,
I think after the fiasco with Duggan and the Iron Sheik.
Yep.
So after that,
look it up.
Yeah, and you're trying to, hide, just still protect the business, but once that happened, you know what I mean? It's you have to look at it a whole different way. But that's on them. That doesn't make me want to break the, not kayfabe. I'm going to still do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm guessing that kayfabe is still a part of every day for you because no matter who comes up to you and they ask you about certain things in wrestling or anything else, you still have to kayfabe it because that's what the fan expects to hear, correct?
Well, I don't know, man. You just can't kayfabe no more. If you would see the people that they have backstage at WrestleManias and stuff, man, how you gonna kayfabe? Yep. You know what I mean? So that's why I say our business is entertainment now and it's show business, and so that's what we have to accept. And that's why I say, a lot of the old school guys, you gotta let it go. Come out of the past and come on into the future. It ain't gonna ever be like it was back when we started. That's great. That's what got us where we are today. But it's old news. So you have to come into reality and come into the times. This is the 20th century.
Where do you find real wrestling now, Teddy? Is there a place where we could actually, is it in the independents? Is that what you would say the old school style of wrestling still exists?
Well, the old school style of wrestling still exists with certain guys. It's according to who you are. You know, guys that step into the ring, say you get in with The Rock, you know, he's an old school wrestler. He understands how to get heat and what to do. So you got just JBL, another guy could step into the ring, you know what I mean, and adapt. So that's what I'm saying. It ain't, you just gotta just come in with a certain finishes right now you see people do. You couldn't do that back in the day.
No, and the one thing I have seen lately, and I understand why they do it, because it creates a sense of, wow, they kicked out of another move. Wow, they kicked out of another move. But how many moves can someone kick out of where you're killing finishers one after the other at the end of a match when you should be exhausted, and somehow you're becoming Superman? Does that not drive you crazy, the extensive amount of false finishes?
Well, sometime in this business, everything is done for a reason. And sometime when there are quite a few false finishes, where they shouldn't be, maybe they're trying to get this person over. They're trying to build them as to be this monster, be over than what they really are. So, like I said, everything is done for a reason.
Teddy, I wanted to talk on this Thanksgiving show here about Survivor Series, which is this coming weekend. It would be on Saturday, depending upon when you're watching this. Today is what is today's date, Teddy? Today is the 27th on Wednesday. So we're a few days removed from the pay-per-view Survivor Series War Games. And I thought, Teddy, you and I would go over this card so far that we know of and get your thoughts on what you think might happen in these matches. I'm going to start with one of the early matches, I would imagine. That would be Gunther versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Do you think we're going to see Gunther drop that title?
Well, I don't know. He's certainly in there with a tough guy, Damian Priest. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, it wouldn't be bad to drop it, to put it on Damian. You know what I mean? So, but and in another sense, I think it may be, this is just me, it may be a little bit too early. You know what I mean? I'd have Gunther hold on, just a little bit, and then build a story, get something going there, and then then maybe next year they may have something for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know that Gunther in the last several episodes of Raw has shown this kind of insecurity about, whether he thinks he is as good as he used to be, or, along those lines. So they're showing cracks in Gunther, but I'm hoping that Gunther maintains that title. I think he needs to hang on to it. It's too early. It's not time to drop that title, I don't think, until we get to WrestleMania. And I think
that's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. I think it would be just a bit early, because Gunther is certainly carrying that. He's doing a great job with the title, so I wouldn't take it off of him right away, because there's too many other things that you can do. You got him with a guy that's tied with everybody. So here comes Finn Balor, here comes Dominique. You know what I mean? So there's so many things you can do there.
Yeah, Dominique being Dominic's sister, she wrestles too. Okay. I love giving Teddy hell. Here's one, though, Teddy, that I'm really curious about. That's Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser for the Intercontinental Championship, held by Braun Breaker right now. I don't want to see that title come off of Braun Breaker. This is one of those cases where if he is supposed to be a monster, let him be a monster. Do you agree?
I agree. I would certainly keep the title on him. Sheamus, a great competitor, you know what I mean? Now, this other gentleman that you call out, I don't know him. I don't think I've had a chance to even see him wrestle.
He used to come out with Gunther. He was one of the two guys that came out with Gunther originally.
Okay, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, you got two tough guys there. Yep. You got him and you got Sheamus there. I mean, these are two guys, when you step into the ring, you got to get ready for a fight. But I think Big Bronson, I think you'll hold on to it.
Let's see, we got LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. Shinsuke, I've said this so many times, and I know you laugh when I bring this up, but I don't know why he hasn't been given the world title. To me, he is so good as a character, and on a show where characters are important, I think that Shinsuke can be very intimidating through his promos with those. He speaks in his language and they add the subtitles and the eerie music. It works for Shinsuke. The problem, though, is that every time he gets an opportunity, he fails. So does he come across not really as that big of a threat against LA Knight?
No, I don't think so. He's very entertaining. I can tell you that part about him. Yes. You know, he's certainly that.
And that's what this, which you say all the time. That's what this is now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because to me, and this is my opinion, I don't even see why that they're even putting him and LA Knight together. I don't even see why. But that's not that's not for me to decide. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But like I said, whatever they're doing there, I think you got two guys. You got LA Knight that's really good, and you got 60. He knows how to, like you said, cut those promos, and he knows how to sell. So I think it may be more entertaining than real. So,
yes, well, I would almost expect that when it comes to LA Knight with anybody, really, because LA Knight is kind of a throwback. While still he's himself, he is a throwback. So a lot of times I feel like the matches are more about the entertainment side of our business during those pay-per-views.
Right.
All right, let's talk about the women's War Games match. Now we have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, your baby's mama, Candice LeRae, and Tiffany Stratton up against Rhea Ripley's team of Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Bayley, and Naomi. What do you think we might see here, Teddy?
God,
and I know you love Nia Jax, but
well, you know, Nia is such a sweet person, man. Great attitude, great woman. But you know, there can always be an upset. And you know, I've been watching Trinity Part 2.
Yeah,
and Naomi, and she's been kind of quiet. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, you know, that could be a big upset here, something that you never would think would happen. But also, since we're speaking on the ladies, man, you know, I really don't know what the deal is with Jade Cargill. You know what I mean? But I keep hearing things about her that you know, she's in help now. I don't know. I'm just repeating.
Teddy, I agree. This, as of today, as a matter of fact, before we came here, I started reading reports about Jade Cargill. And again, these are just rumors that were on the internet that you're starting to hear quite a bit, but that she might have actually have a health issue. I've also seen reports saying that she's going to be gone for a long period of time. This is not a short-term thing, and it's not a storyline. It was a way to write her off of TV. I hope that's not the case, because to me, her and Bianca, that was gold.
Well, if you heard something like that, did that come off a pretty decent site?
Decent sites, yeah. But again, it's a rumor, you know. So you know, you never know if you're being worked or not. But it came up quite a bit today. I've seen it online. So,
I was just, you know, I know her real well, and of course, you know, you had the chance to meet her too. She's over at Face to Face with us, and I've known Jade, you know, a very long time, and I just hope it's not true that she doesn't have any bad health issues, and then I hope she's okay, and hope, you know, she can make it back to work soon. But she's certainly going to be missed at that Survivor Series.
Yeah, and that's a strange place to see one of the top stars miss, because Survivor Series tells a lot of stories as we get towards WrestleMania.
Yes.
And, so that
you going to the Royal Rumble too?
Yeah, true. All right, here we go. The men's War Games match. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and the Usos, and that's the original Bloodline group, versus the new Bloodline group of Solo Sikoa, Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tangaloa. What do you expect in this one? For me, this could go either way, because there's a lot of stories that can be told in this match.
Yeah, this one here is one of them that's, you know, I always say it's kind of just too close to call, because anyway it happens, it's going to help both of them. So I think this one here, I don't want to make a prediction on it. I just want to kind of see what happens myself.
You know, one thing I'm a little confused about, maybe you can help me, because is there a history between CM Punk and Roman Reigns? Are you aware of any kind of history? I don't think they have ever met in the ring before, have they?
Not that I know of. I don't remember. They may have did something, you know, back in the day when Punk was first in WWE and Roman came in, and maybe something back then. I don't know. Have you checked, went back and tried to...
I haven't. It just dawned on me as we were talking about it. And I'm just thinking to myself that, because when Punk and Roman were in the ring together on the last show, and the crowd went crazy. They were waiting to see like there was going to be a fight. Hey, this is a pair up we want to see. And I kept thinking, is there a reason for the fans to be so excited about these two facing? Is there a history? Fans, if you know that more than I do, leave it down in the comments because I'm not sure what that history is.
You know what I mean? It don't really have to be no history, man. You got CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Okay, ain't got to be no history there. You tell me who don't want to see that.
So, I mean, we could see a storyline develop, and maybe that's the reason why the original Bloodline doesn't win this match. You know what I'm saying? And there's been a lot of rumors of people talking about Paul Heyman and his return and his attire that matched exactly to Solo Sikoa's attire. And they're wondering, is Paul on the original Bloodline side or not? I guess we'll find out this weekend.
Yeah, and Paul Heyman, and he's up to no good at all times. So
and that's your turkey of the year right there, Paul Heyman. He looked like he got baked the last time I saw him on TV. He looked like he had gotten baked. I don't know if he does that, but I mean, you know what I mean. He had a dark tan going, like he had just sat in a tanning bed for a month, coming out there. But Paul is always a good sight to see come back to TV because the creative is there, which I love. And you know how I am. I love the creative people. And by the way, I did see Bruce Pritchard and Michael P.S. Hayes, I thought, in the background of something just recently for WWE. So I'm assuming maybe they're there in the back or something still. We have last heard that they were on leave.
Well, that would be out if that was somebody would have done.
Yeah, I would think so because that was a big deal. To me, that's two creative minds right there that you hate to lose, but the rumors have been flying for a year.
That's what I'm saying. Times have changed.
Yeah, man.
Right,
yeah,
and
man.
The creative, those guys are geniuses. Don't get me wrong, but the creative is not what they want to see now. They want this old entertainment side. Yep. So so that's what I'm saying to you. You have to come into the new world.
Teddy, we're out of time. Anything coming up for you that we need to talk about?
No, ain't nothing coming up for me.
Well, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving, man. You going to be hanging around with any family this Thanksgiving?
I'm just going to be around the house, me and Rufus. My good friend Jack, you met him and his wife. They invited me and my son to come over for Thanksgiving. So we may go over there and eat with them and then come on back to the house and spend the rest of the day with Rufus.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a good plan. I've got, like I said, I got to finish chasing this turkey to get all the feathers out of him. But Teddy, I will see you again.
You have went all overboard for a turkey, man.
Oh, man, I can fill a mattress with this turkey.
Please go to Walmart and buy your
turkey. Teddy, you have a good Thanksgiving, my friend. I'll call you tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'll call you on Turkey Day and make sure that I wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, no problem, Mac. Thank you, sir.
All right, this has been Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and that is WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. Happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble.
Oh, Thanksgiving Day is drawing near. Since Plymouth Rock, us turkeys live in fear. You're giving thanks for what you've got. Family, friends, and food and fun. But man, this oven's hot. Fill your plates up to the sky with cranberries, cornbread, stuffing, wings, and legs and thighs. So be thankful for this dinner, that your life's so freaking sweet. Be thankful that you're not a walking feathered slab of meat. Be thankful when you're happy, and thankful when you're free. But most of all, be thankful. Be thankful that you're not. Ooh. Me.